Welcome to Peden Stadium, Athens, Ohio, home to the Bobcats of Ohio U. We're looking forward to a full house and a terrific game in this one. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team from the MAC, the Ohio Bobcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Ohio Bobcats offense will take the first swing of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we've played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Off play action. Flushed out of the pocket.
The ball carried by the quarterback. Loses 5. Brings up 3rd down.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. To the air, it's Washington. Unleashes it on the run. It's complete, a huge pickup. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Well, we knew this offense wanted to be aggressive in this game plan, and they're doing it right away in the first series. Taking a shot down the field, they got the look they wanted, and what a great throw by the quarterback.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. And the Bobcats will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle, it's Hendricks. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. He makes a grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bobcats.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. An 84-yard drive there. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Thundering Herd offense takes the first look at them in this one. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Ohio is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Grabbed over the middle, it's Ramsey. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. From the gun to give, looking for room.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. He'll come out throwing on first down. Wide open man. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll go with a direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
Ready to try the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position, and they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. Catch in the middle, it's Andrews. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw for it. Grab near the sticks. It's Hendricks. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Bobcats will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Finds his tight end. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Trying to convert this second and short. Dropping back, it's Washington. It's caught. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got the back in the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Bobcats racing to the line in the hurry up. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Field goal is good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. From the gun, running back gets to give. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Wants to throw on second down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Going to try to get it himself. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Marshall will be forced to punt. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The Bobcats want to move quickly.
Brings up second down.
To the air, it's Washington. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Bobcats pick up the first down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll ride the hot hand. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. grab near the marker. It's Parker putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He caught it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Ohio is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They keep attacking through the air. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
They got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a 1st down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. They'll give it to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time David sort of lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Herd!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. LSU is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Bayou Bengals have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arizona State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. It's a draw. He just refused to go down, kept finding space and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1.
Now, 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
23, Marshall, 14.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking to move it through the air. Here's a throw downfield late. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA